Throwing ass on the gram, getting laughs at the stand. Only she can, only Feehans. It's only Feehans.
Hi, welcome back to OnlyFeehans with Kerryn Feehan. My name's Jared Schwartz, and I just realized I hold the mic above my face every single time. And this is Kerryn Feehan, your host.
No, you don't. You have such a long, droopy face. Looks like a snot. Looks like a gray snot coming out of your nose from the side.
Really?
Yep. Welcome back to another
thanks
episode
for telling me, Johnny.
Of OnlyFeehans. No, you're fine. Wait, you think you do this? You don't do this.
No, like this.
I mean, yeah, I feel like the more of your face that's covered, the better. I'm just kidding.
That was a good one. Kerryn's very grumpy today. I don't know what it is.
I'm totally getting my period, I think. Yeah, I'm getting my period.
Well, that's good.
What, that I'm still fertile?
Mm-hmm. Is that what that means? Right, it means to shed your uterus.
It's good that I still menstruate, or it's good that I'm not pregnant?
Both.
Why? Why wouldn't...
Because it wouldn't be my kid.
I mean, no, I wouldn't. But I was thinking about this. And I was talking about this, like, I was talking to Chip about this. That, like, in order to get pregnant, the guy and the girl both have to have orgasms, right? At the same time. Or it's the likelihood is greater for the girl to get pregnant. Does Chip have kids? Well, sorry?
Does Chip have kids?
No, but I was just talking to him about it. But I was just saying, like, no wonder these guys are constantly, like, batting my vibrator away. You know, they don't want me to come. They don't want me to get pregnant.
Right, I remember that.
You know, like they're like, I just watched this girl demean someone at a Rite Aid. But there should be just...
I've never had toys in bed.
I think you... What do you mean you never have toys in bed?
Exactly what I said.
What do you mean? If the girl brings them, what do you say? No toys.
No.
Like, this is serious business.
You know, it's because I get the job done with my fingers. I
just don't believe you. But I want to.
You can ex them, but they just live in another country.
I'm going to ex them. And they're going to fucking tell me, hey, you know Jared Schwartz always see with them fingers, see?
The one punchline I have, and you talked over it.
Did I?
Yeah, that's all right.
Go ahead. You want to redo it?
Yeah.
Back it up.
I said you can ask her. She just lives in another country.
Oh, right. Oh, you're repeating jokes from your act. But... I mean, nobody's perfect. I'm not saying it's never been done before, but, you know, trying to avoid it, I think, is best.
Mm-hmm. Right,
try to
material.
Be organic.
That's been tough, writing new material. Because nothing's been going on in my life, you know. I guess. Or I just don't want to talk about that stuff yet, or I'm not, like, at mics as much.
I mean, sometimes, like, Valentine's Day, I was on a show and then I hosted. And that's a tough crowd. Couples are tough to entertain. Mm-hmm. Like, if you're going to go as a couple to enjoy something, you almost want to be removed from it slightly, like a film or even, like, a band that's, like, you're sort of, like, separate from.
Right.
There's something about, like, going to watch a comedian, especially if they're talking about, I don't know, infidelities in their life or their imperfect moral compass. They sort of, like, throw ideas out there like, oh, come on, we're all cheating. It's like, happy Valentine's Day. I'm like, yeah. But, like, you know, anal doesn't count, blah, blah, blah. And, like, you see couples and guys and girls look at each other like, I'm not laughing. I'm not laughing. She's not funny, babe. I would never.
That's also been a tough part of pandemic comedy. You see everyone's faces more than ever.
When you're inside, not when you're
no,
when you're outside, too, there's nobody
shows.
was wearing masks either.
Oh, no, I'm just saying, like, you just see everyone's reactions. As
opposed to what?
Just darkness. When it's, like, usually in a small black room.
I mean, I always see people's faces.
Really? Oh.
Yeah. In the first couple rows.
But also other people see other people. And they're like, oh, is that couple hotter than us? We can't laugh.
But that's funny watching couples laugh at other couples, though.
Mm-hmm. A lot of people... I usually make people laugh by just laughing. It's been something I've been told after a few shows. So, you should book me. I make every show better. You should book me as an audience member.
I was like, my instinct was like to plug our show in Houston. I was like, no, just don't. Just skip it. Just keep moving. Bring up your love life. Non-existent. Except for the guy that tried to have sex before we went to dinner. Did I tell you about him?
No, you didn't tell me about him. You should tell me more.
No, I mean, it's not really a big deal.
I heard
but
he was a douche.
I mean, it's just
You
sort
did
of
tell me
like,
about
I
it.
get it. Like, I'm very forward and flirtatious. If I'm attracted to you, I'm going to let you know. I'm going to let you know, like, in a video, and you're going to be able to tell how many squats I'm doing, Like, I have no problem with that.
I get those videos all the time.
Not from me, but from other girls. Good for you, Jared.
Thank you.
I think that's healthy and normal and good for those girls. But that doesn't mean, like, we're going to have sex before we even have dinner. Do you know what I mean? Like, I have to learn something about you that I can use against you in some way over the course of, like, a 90-minute meal,
So he just ran up in here, took his...
He was just young.
Did he do the naked man?
It was my fault. Did he what?
Did he pull the naked man?
What's the naked man?
You don't know the naked man?
Oh, when you, like, go
It's
somewhere and you
from-
walk
it's
back
from-
in
it's
and the
from a
guy's
show.
naked?
Yeah.
No, it wasn't like that. Because, I mean, we were on this couch. Things were very, like...
Where was he sitting?
Where you're sitting.
Oh. Well, we're going to end up in the same result.
No, well, yeah, I mean...
I love that you want to say no.
So anyway...
You just meant in the sense as you'll never talk to him again. So thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
But it's okay. I'm sometimes I think I'm looking for love, and other times I'm like, no, I just want to go shopping.
Mm-hmm. That's where I'm at. I'm shopping.
Oh, you're like shopping for pussy. I get it. I'm shopping for clothes.
Oh.
I made
I thought we were
steak.
talking about the same thing.
No, we weren't. Why would I be shopping for pussy? Mine's perfect. I made steak last night. I'm getting better at cooking.
How do you
meat.
like your steak cooked?
Medium rare. But sometimes I prefer slicing the steak and then cooking it because I think it holds then you don't get it too rare. Sometimes I'm like, oh my God, this thing's still alive. And then I watch like hair grow on my hands. I'm like, and I jump out my window and look for a pigeon to feed on. I just like, sometimes I feel like a carnivore.
That happened this week.
Last night I made steak. Me and Chloe LeBranch. Shout out to Chloe Show. Trying to keep it together. Good luck.
You bought new pants this week?
I bought so many pairs of new pants. The snow
You
really
ran a
got...
poll and people said no, and you still bought them.
I bought them before I even looked at the results of them. I don't actually care. No offense, all of my fans and followers are goofy men. You think I have like fucking... Do you think they know
Wouldn't they know
what's
best?
cool? No, they're
They
like,
know how
they
hot
like
you
these. These are the jeans that they would want me to buy.
They- yeah.
They're like, yep, those are too tight. You look uncomfortable, but I can see the entire shape of your ass. That's what they're like, good. Get those. Get them, and then leave them on my floor. Got her. I love you guys. I love each and every one of you.
And use the password pineapple and she'll go on a date with you.
Just be able to spell a tropical fruit and hit me with the DMs and you got a shot. That's how desperate I am. I don't know. It's funny. I act like I'm desperate, but then I can't tolerate people for like 30 minutes. Mm-hmm. Like this guy was like, just make out. He's like, you're so pretty.
Right, that's why
so...
this podcast
I
is
just
only
want to
30
kiss.
minutes.
I just want to make out. And I'm like, no. What's your middle name? Have you ever molested anyone? Like, I don't know.
That's my problem too. I just want to get to know the person.
Yeah, but you are getting to know people.
Something like that. It's also been a...
We can explore your relationship if you want.
I don't have any relationships going.
Yeah, see, I didn't think so. I'm not trying to, because you're mixing business with pleasure, which
What are you talking about?
is ill-advised.
You tell me to...
I'm just kidding. I've done it my whole life. It's like Kerryn's opening for the Lucas brothers. That's a weird match. I wouldn't really align their comedy. I wonder what's going on there. Shout out to the Lucas brothers, HBO Max.
I got a notification from Apple Music. They put out a playlist for their movie.
Oh, cool. Oh,
What is
yeah.
it? Just
Judas and the...
I didn't know how to say
Oh,
the
my God.
word, honestly.
Fucking forget the name.
I honestly don't know how
John,
to
if you don't
pronounce.
fucking edit this, you're so fired.
I mean, where's Johnny? Where's
Anyway,
the computer?
2 of these.
No laptop. What is that?
I don't know. It got me out of that fucking moment, though.
we're talking
Advair.
about-
They cost $75
Talking-
without a health insurance. Are you getting health insurance? Jake
Yeah.
Flores isn't because he's not a real comedian, evidently. I don't know.
Is
According to
Stand Up
Twitter.
New York, they're handing out.
I guess they're handing out needles and Band-Aids. Thanks, John Barham. John Barham. I was just
That's
standing
awesome.
outside. He's like, this is the vaccine. Like, this looks like blow. Yeah. You snorted. It's new. It's new.
That's great.
You'll be invincible.
Shout out Stand Up New York. They're hustling, doing shows on the train.
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna go hang at one of those one day.
Yeah, they pitched me a show. They're like, Kerryn, it's called Run a Train. I'm like, no. No.
Isn't that just your comedy career?
That was funny. And I mean, if
You
I
didn't
was a
appreciate
bigger
it.
person, I would have laughed. But I was irritated. So I held in my laugh to punish you. And I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
But I mean,
that's usually what happens with my jokes.
Someone comes along, a witch,
Like they'll just
a magical evil person just comes and squashes the moment.
This magical evil person sounds like your new animation that you just came out with.
I really am
Kerryn sucks.
obsessed with myself. And then I titled it Kerryn Sucks. That's pretty funny though.
That is pretty funny.
The trailer was so great. That song's so good. Shout out to Louis Tuck. He's so talented, like top to bottom, start to finish. Really easy to work with. Did that of Ernest, that portrait of Ernest right next to
Is that
those
in the shot?
dead flowers that Jared bought me that symbolize how much money he spent on them. Like a whopping $4.99. Nothing says
Yeah.
I kind of like you like carnations.
Right. And getting it day of.
Nah, day of's fine.
Oh, all right.
Like, happy Valentine's Day Eve, babe. February 13th.
Because I love you the other days, not just today.
Yeah. Look all this spit I have in my mouth for you.
How about you still talking as me?
Yeah. I like talking as you.
How about I bought the chocolates and I used at CVS and I used my card number. And, well, my mom's card number. Right there, like, you have a card with us, a rewards card.
You typed in her phone number.
Typed in her phone number, and the lady goes, "Hey, you have a couple coupons. You want to use them?" I go, "Sure." Next thing I know, basically paying for tax. And I'm like, "Dope."
Good for you.
I tell my mom that. And I go, either way, she's either going to be really proud of me or very upset that I spent too much. Either way, I still get chocolates.
It still goes to her.
And no, I used, there's like reward money. And she's like, "You just spent my money." I was like, "Oh, she told me it was
you spent her
coupons."
reward money.
It was
you
money
asshole.
that she...
That's like if somebody spent money on my Bloomies card and they're like, "You have $50 reward," and they were like, "I'll take it. I need some shit that you don't want." You're a jerk.
Well, it was framed as coupons. I was like, "Yeah, coupon." If it was framed as like the money, I would be like, "Oh, no, that's her money."
You need to buy your mom something, like a massage or something. I'll get it for her.
Thanks. I appreciate that.
You're just
I haven't worked all week.
Yeah, what's going on?
I needed it though. It was a great rest.
Were these kids
I was
snow days?
working on my show. No, it's winter break.
Oh.
Yeah, winter break.
February vacation. That's what we called it.
That's what we call it. February vacation.
You called it winter break.
Because it's the winter. Did you know that? When's spring coming? I'm very excited for that. Comedy's gonna boom, right?
Yeah.
Or am I just saying that too much and it's not? No, I think it's gonna. Everybody's saying that because we got the blueprint. You know, we did it last summer. Now it's just gonna be more people.
I
more
wonder
efficient.
though, are like the regular places like the clubs and stuff where people typically used to go to shows, are they, are these underground shows gonna survive, or
Underground
will they
shows? What do
lose
you
their
mean?
audience? I don't know.
I get what you're saying. But no, I don't. I think now venues like clubs are gonna have more venues.
It seems like the what one would call perhaps the alt scene. I feel like the alt scene is almost like morphed, right? Because when I used to
haven't really
think,
seen the alt scene,
can I
really.
finish my sentence? When I used to think, when you used to hear alt scene, right, I would think literally alternative comedy, like not necessarily your standard setup punchline comedy, like stand-up comedy. Like you might see somebody with a projection behind them and some music playing, and every fourth thing they say is maybe a little bit funny, or like they come out and they're dressed like a crystal and like this is
more
comedy.
of like a show.
Yes, avant-garde, if you will.
I don't know what that means.
Alt comedy was sort of like outdoor comedy, not necessarily sanctioned by a club, or you know what I mean, like some like it was just run by like comics,
Right.
but it wasn't reflective of like alt comedy, like they were booking like only the weirdos. No offense, weirdos. I mean that like inclusively. Do you know what I'm saying?
A little bit.
It's just regular comedy. It was just outside.
You're talking about like alt comedians did outside already?
No, I mean, I feel like I haven't seen a lot of alt comedians. If I'm being honest, they were a lot of the inside kids. If we're being,
that's what they were. Yeah,
with the weak immune systems, maybe really scared of the virus. You
right,
know?
That's where they're at. I haven't seen fairly any, and I was deep into the alt rooms
because you're desperate as fuck.
Right,
you're like, is this?
I want someone to like me.
Yeah,
and I would still get kicked out of those.
You were probably like loved those shows because they play like Zip Zap Zop before they started.
Yeah,
they do like improv warm up games.
There's also females there.
Right. Jared's like, you're doing the tongue thing again?
No, I just like to make
female connections with females.
It's a better audience when it's females. It's more of a
I think they're
work,
so dumb
because girls just make you work for it.
Okay, fair point. Fair point, I suppose. But sometimes I'm like, do you not get it, or do you get it and you're just a bitch?
You talking to what?
Nothing.
I thought that was about me.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just having a jealous day.
I remember this one alt room I got heckled at, which was crazy because the girl who heckled me, I swear to God, went up and did like retard voice. And this was her bit.
Can't say
this was her bit. This was her bit.
You can't say it.
Right. This was her bit. She said it's a show and tell. She grabs a plastic bag.
Yeah.
Pulls a wig out.
Yep.
That has like leaves in it.
Okay.
And eats it.
Yeah. That's
alt
comedy.
That's alt comedy, right? It was showing, right? And so my joke, right, which the joke where I go, the most frequent question I get asked besides, what are you, retarded?
Is.
And then I'd give a question, be like, are you high, right? That's
But you changed it to, what, am I, an idiot?
Yeah. Because of that exact moment. And when she heckled me not to say the word retarded, it hurt more than.
Can you guys comment with retarded or idiot on this and let us know which one you like best? Thanks.
But when she heckled me, it hurt more than when I was getting retarded the whole time growing up. And I just stood there, and like she hit me with that. I was like mid-set, I was like, wow, you got me. That's. I was just talking about myself, and then I try going into a bit about I don't know if you can tell this by looking at me, but I can average a 180 every time I bowl.
Great bowler.
And I wrapped around to saying the retarded again. I was like, fuck you guys.
This has been the worst episode. No, come on, Kerryn.
I thought that was a great story.
Yeah.
About the alt rooms.
Yeah.
And how good. Thank God they're not here anymore.
God, he didn't survive. They're going to come back.
Now I'll never get booked.
Well, they have been
Union
here.
Hall.
They've just been more present at, I think, the protests.
They've been on the online content because that's what they were doing.
The rallies.
The whole time.
Yeah, or just crushing Zoom shows.
Right.
Can you imagine building a cold shower in your living room because you sweat so much after crushing Zoom show after Zoom show every night? You're like, I need a fucking hose to hose off my ass crack after just laying the hammer on the internet.
I actually did a Twitch show yesterday.
Oh my God.
And my manager
I do a Twitch show on my OnlyFans.
My manager told me I was unprofessional. Told me I was unprofessional because of
were you like, this is the internet?
No, because my boy came through and we were smoking and I was rolling up on the Zoom call and one of the producers he was like, nice roll, you should smoke that while you're on camera. And I was like, all right, cool, why not?
What kind of a Zoom call? What do you mean?
What was the scenario? So it was a Zoom call and then we were on Twitch streaming the show.
Okay, who's the Zoom call with?
We don't have audience.
Who is the Zoom call with?
The producers.
Sometimes you make me feel like Judge Judy, because Judge Judy would be like, no, that's not what I'm fucking asking you.
Right.
She's like, I have the evidence. I'm looking at
the few producers.
What producers of
comics.
What? Producers of what?
The show Comedy Hub. Shout out to Joey Rinaldi for putting me on it.
Comedy Hub.
Comedy Hub on Twitch. That's
on Twitch.
And
you play video games and riff, and they
it's not video games.
You say something funny.
It's a story night. It's a story night. Yeah.
Who's telling stories?
Us, the comics. It's Joey Rinaldi's story night on Comedy Hub, and it was a themed story night, and we told jokes. We told stories about how crime doesn't pay. And I went in the car and did it and smoked the joint. And the kid who I told the stories I was gonna tell, I was with the kid it happened with.
That's wild. How much time did they give you?
8 to 12. I did a couple stories.
You couldn't find one perfectly interwoven 8-minute story?
I don't really tell stories that much.
I know that's what the exercise was. Sounds like you failed if you had to string together multiple stories.
Well, about how crime doesn't pay.
How much did the show pay?
It was a specific story.
You're a specific boy. You're a spiffy boy. Can I ask you a question?
It didn't pay. It paid in sage time. That's what it paid in. Right? Isn't that the
And this pays in sage time. Never do that again. No, that's great. Tell them to hit me up. I love to tell an 8-minute story.
Would you? All right. I will tell them.
I mean, that's the challenge, right?
What? To have an 8-minute story?
At least, I mean, that's the minimum. 12
Right.
minute, you know. It's keeping somebody's attention about the same subject matter is more challenging than be like, new story, TikTok.
Yeah, I don't tell stories much. My manager did say I should tell more stories, but now that I'm getting more stage time.
Your manager?
Yeah.
I met your manager last night. Was that last night?
That was Tuesday. We're not even going to talk about how you did my hot show.
That was Tuesday.
That was
Today's Friday.
What a show I've had on Tuesday. Everyone was like, yo, sick lineup, great show. And I put it together like the day before.
Oh, do you want to know what this piece of shit did? I can't believe I forgot about this.
Yeah, I was a mess that night.
Like, it's just like when it wouldn't matter if I didn't know Jared. I'd be like, that's just another goofball, you know, just fucking up and not being accurate with like times and respecting mine, etc. But it's like somebody that I feel like I've done so much for. You know what I mean? Like just a basically bared almost nothing return on this investment of time and money.
Stage time.
Will you do my show? Sure. And I'm like, hey, I'll come at
Is that how this one went?
Oh no, I hit you up. I was like, let me do it. No, fair, totally. I
said
like,
I was doing the show.
He goes, me and my manager are putting together a show.
No, I didn't say that. I said the Mama's Boy crew. We have a full crew. No, that wasn't hers. Joey Bats hit me up. He said, yo, weather cleared up. I think you should come through because I just found out Tuesdays are the best nights there, and he been missing me. He's like, yo, you should do a show. The weather cleared up. It was supposed to snow last week, so I was like, you know what?
But
Let's
Joey
put it
Bats
together.
is like, later, I'm going to Miami or whatever.
Right.
He's like a Ted Cruz of fucking cafe owners. He's like, oh, it's getting sticky and snowy in New York again. Later, motherfuckers.
Right. He's scoping out Miami.
Shout out to Joey Bats. I'm trying to neg him.
I'm trying to
steal him from the gaggle of models he's banging.
So me and my production team.
Whatever. I said, let me get a spot for once because I don't know why. I wanted
You're like, am I on it? I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, but last time you were on it, you canceled.
Yeah. And it's like maybe like a 7-minute walk from my apartment. So really no excuse there. But then I said to you, hey, I'll get there early. What time did I say?
You wanted to go early. You were not in a good mood. Somebody had already asked to go early. I can't say that word anymore.
It's fine. It's
Somebody
your thing.
already asked
but
to
I
go
reserve
early.
the right to make fun of you every once in a while.
And
yes, you were like, somebody's going.
second.
You were like 7:50. You can go up, and I'm like, all right, cool.
And if you looked at the time, you went up at 7:50 because I started 10 minutes late.
Yeah, you started 20 minutes
late. I started
late.
10 minutes late. I started 7:30. I went up at 7:40, and I did 10 minutes, and that's why I called you up. So I'm trying to. So it's like I had booked it as an open mic afterwards.
I thought, because he told me I wasn't first. I thought there was another comic. From what I was told, I wasn't the first comic. So I see Jared hosting, and he's obviously doing a hosting set because it's fire.
I'm out here getting the crowd together, having them calm down, let them know what show is going on.
Calm down.
Well, I get fucking rowdy comics.
Calm down.
Rowdy
Don't stop.
comics hanging out.
Stop smiling. Stop silently smiling. No. My point is I went and I got a coffee and I got one of those creme brulee.
The natas.
The natas. I was like
Mid-nata.
it was in my mouth and I look at Jared and he's like, the first comic doesn't know she's first. And I'm like, this motherfucker.
No, I was like, I don't know. I realized I forgot to tell who's
you
first.
You didn't even gender the comic. You're like, this one doesn't know he or she. They're first. And I was like, is it me? Is it me?
Right. That happened the other day in Connecticut, remember?
No.
To me.
Yeah, but you didn't matter on that show. I didn't. I'm sorry to say that.
It was so funny because we were like in the other room and we can hear. Oh,
we forgot about our big fuck. Our sponsor.
20 minutes.
Suck. What were you going to say about Connecticut?
We were speaking of Connecticut, we were so fucking, we had like what, 200 milligrams that day?
Was that day?
That was that day.
Yeah, Olga's like, hey, can I get a ride to this show I'm not on? Sorry, Olga. Just kidding.
That was a fun ride.
Book Olga Namer. She's a very funny comedian.
But,
s'mores bars. Insane infused cross-topped with vegan marshmallows and s'mores toppings.
Oh.
Fresh Hershey's.
120 milligrams.
Tahini cookies.
Wow.
Yeah.
These are a mess. Good thing
How
we
do you
got
know
it.
those are 120?
That's it right here.
Oh. Tahini cookies, 75 milligrams. Cookie made with Israeli tahini for a light crunch and exotic flavor. Sounds like my vagina after a rough weekend.
Is that
What? That was hilarious.
And then
I'm obviously joking though. Peanut butter cookie, 80 milligrams. Chopped Belgium chocolate. Like, do you hear the different kind of chocolate she's throwing in? One has Hershey, one has Belgium
one
chocolate.
from Israel, one from Belgium. Oh, that was tahini.
Peanut butter is high in fat, and the cookie has a nice heavy high. Enjoy. What's this one? This is the tahini one?
That's the tahini one.
Oh, wow. This looks
Oh,
gorgeous.
wow. But yeah, that happened to me in Connecticut. Remember, we were sitting in the green room, I guess, or the bar area, and we can hear the host on stage. And he's like, "This next guy, I fucking love him. You're gonna love him too." And then Matt comes running in. He goes, "Hey, that's you." I'm like, "Oh shit!" And then I told the joke out of order, and I was very upset. No, but that was a really fun show in Connecticut. We talked about that last week. So, oh, you want to split this?
I want my own.
Well, I love how in the middle. So Kerryn did my show. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah. I'm like, you didn't even say it. Does she know she's next? Johnny was standing next to me.
I said, I go, "Oh shit!" I realized I just realized I didn't tell the next person. I didn't tell the first comic that they're first.
Yeah.
And I look around. I'm like, all right. I see the few comics. I go, "Hey, Kerryn, you ready to go up?" She goes, "Yeah, I'm ready."
Of course.
Could have easily said no, but she's.
Then the mob of open micers behind me would have been like,
Oh,
"No,
right.
I need the microphone."
They'll be like, "Wow, Jared's girl Kerryn can't go up first. Wow." Because that's how
It would have been a complete and utter humiliation. I went up there with the natsa in my mouth. I put my coffee down. It was cold by the time I finished my set.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
And I had a great time.
I owe you a coffee. But it was a lot of fun. Derek came through. He was hanging. Derek Gaines. Shout out to
Always.
Derek for coming through.
Shout out to Derek for killing it in my animated series, which is available now on YouTube for watching pleasure. It's really funny.
Can I get a part in the next one?
No.
Don't you love when you put that out? Everyone's like, "Hey, let me do the next one, man."
No, what do you got?
Come on. People be like, "Bro, I got a voice, bro. I got a voice." I'm like, everyone got voices, bro. Except for there's some.
I just honestly feel really lucky to know so many funny people that I can reach out with.
Right.
To work with.
Sometimes it's too overwhelming. You got too many options. And you're like, which one? How do I? You got to cast someone. So you're a casting director too. Wow, that's pretty cool. Another hat. Another hat on the many hats you wear.
Casting Couch is my new favorite porn to watch.
Is that right?
These dumb
Not a fan of
girls.
it.
I love it.
These
I don't know
dumb-
if they're acting or not. There's just this air to exploitation that I just really love.
So
Sorry?
you listen to what they have to say on porn videos.
What, you put it on silent and
Not
you just
silent.
you
Just-
put it on
well,
silent and then you
since
call
I-
your mom. You
I called my mom when I was on a.
Stop touching yourself while you say that.
I hate you. I called my mom while I was shredding the gnar the other day. You get a couple gnar points for that. You should look it up. It's a great movie. Gnar.
I'm not looking anything up. What'd you say to your mom?
I was like, "Hey, Ma." Well, we got into a little argument earlier that day. Yeah, she offered to make me bacon.
Mm-hmm.
Well, she offered to make me the bacon. And I was like, "No, I'll make it. It's right." And she was like, "No." And she insisted. And then she ended up burning it. And I was like, "Damn, I got to go." And you just burned my bacon. Okay, we have this. Talk about that.
You spoiled brat. Who
I
cares?
didn't
As long as it's edible, just fucking eat it.
I don't eat
You
burnt
wouldn't eat
bacon.
these cookies that were slightly burnt. You're such a pansy in that sense. You need to just get over this burnt stuff. Unless it's full on
who's burnt?
ash in your mouth.
Oh my gosh! Speaking of that, I seen some I seen some girl followed a fan. Should I pull her
This
name?
better be good, Jared.
Did I send her to you? The new
Ashy is reminding you of our new fan.
fan. I looked her up on
No,
the
that's
hub,
not good. Don't
and
say
she was
that.
giving a blunt blowjob. And the dude's like, "This." Oh, I did listen to this because I was like, I have to hear what he said in this one. He goes, "Where should I ash this?" Where do you think she said?
I don't know. I have a feeling you're going to tell me.
Well, right in her mouth. like you just mentioned, and it was a
I just
it
feel
was
like
a
we're
sick
into
blowjob.
different types of things.
Right.
Baked
What
by
were we
Lori, really delicious. Thanks, Lori.
Talking about burnt. Okay. We were talking about porn.
Hey, Wayne. Sometimes that's who you remind me of.
Who's Wayne? Wayne who?
I guess I'm dating myself when I refer to that movie, Wayne's World.
Oh, I didn't get that. Let me try this. I've been fiending for this one.
No, don't just look at me and be like, oh, yeah, I'll eat too.
Oh.
Continue to carry the podcast like you have been, you Pegasus.
What's a Pegasus?
I don't know.
Should I look it up?
I think it's half bird, half horse
That's
or
what
something.
Johnny's here for.
Well, Johnny's there to just stare at us. And make sure. What's the matter with you? Honestly?
All right. You should come see us in Houston.
March 20th. We're
March
at the Comedy
20th.
Hub in Houston.
And then
Come check me out at the stand. I'm usually there 3 nights a week. The animation, check it out. OnlyFeehans, subscribe, listen, share.
And Mama's Boy Comedy is back indoors. How exciting is that? So when you see this, come tomorrow. Check it out. My link in my bio at Mama's Boy Comedy. MOMMASBOY Comedy. Please come out. I hope we sell out. That's going to be great to be back inside. And
if I continue to be single, I'll be there once in a while.
I appreciate that. It's one of the best venues in New York City, honestly. Mm-hmm. So if I could really get that place going and like talk to the owner and like tell him to stop like beating us up, like we'll be all right. You know what I mean? He's like,
did you just accuse the owner of physically assaulting you?
No.
And you think he's going to continue to work with you?
Yeah, I gotta.
Thanks for listening. Get us out of here. I mean, this is bad.
It's only OnlyFeehans.